Hi, I'm Ellen McCauley. I'm a Prayed-Off in Syracuse, New York, and tonight I'm very happy to introduce Chaya who joins us tonight from St. Camillus Outpatient Nutrition Services. I'll let her tell you a little bit about her background. She has a presentation, and I really want her to tell you about the program. When she's done with her presentation, what we'll do is we'll have a question and answer period, and we'll give her the same courtesy we give all our guest speakers. Thank you so much.
Here you go, Chaya.
Okay. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
All right. So thank you very much for having me. This is a great opportunity for me to be able to see a lot of people that live in the St. Camillus area and potentially introduce you to services that we didn't know that you didn't know were available. So a little bit of a background about me. I went to Syracuse University. I got my bachelor's and my master's degree there. I've done all my training in the Syracuse area in hospitals, nursing homes, and now I work in the outpatient setting, doing mostly nutrition counseling for people with diabetes and weight loss concerns. I also do group classes for various topics, so that's kind of where my life is at this point. So I really kind of want to keep this informal and as interactive as possible so that I'm not droning on up here for you for 55 minutes. So first let's start it out by how many of you in this room have ever been on a diet? All right, how many people in this room have ever been on more than one diet? Everyone. Okay, so as you look around and see all of the hands, if you ever needed proof that diets don't work, that is proof. Because if a diet worked, you would be able to go on one and lose your weight and then never have to go on another one again. You could just go on your diet and then 10 years later still weigh the same and say, oh no, I went on a diet 20 years ago. I don't need to go on another one again. But that's not how it works. That's not how diets end up. You do lose weight sometimes. Sometimes you feel like a diet is successful. But the definition of a diet, who could tell me what a diet actually is? Like a definition. Can anyone come up with it? Yeah.
To consume less calories than your body needs?
Right, that's what we think of in this country, especially when we think of diet. In reality, a diet is really a structured meal plan. It could be for anything. In this country, we think of a diet as being a weight loss technique, okay? When I'm doing counseling and when I'm doing classes, you will never hear the word diet come out of my mouth. And that's because diets don't work. Diets are structured. How many people's lives here are structured the same exact every day, where the same thing happens to you and you know exactly every minute of every day what's going to happen? Nobody. So why would we think that having a structured meal plan where you could know exactly what you're going to eat at every minute of every day for the rest of your life was going to work? It won't. We have to be flexible. Part of that is getting out of that kind of diet mentality and thinking, well, I have to do this and I can't eat that, and really be allowing yourself that flexibility to make choices as you go along, but have the knowledge to know that you can make those choices healthfully and to promote your overall goal of weight loss, if that is your goal. Okay, so when I'm doing counseling and I'm doing classes, my whole point of the class is not to get you hooked into, all right, these people are going to come in, and then they're going to have to come back in 6 months, and then I'm going to make money off them then, and then they're going to have to come back in 6 months. That's not my goal. My goal is, after 6 months, you should have the tools to go to a supermarket, be able to look at a nutrition label, be able to look at a store shelf, and say, okay, I know which thing is the healthiest option for me, and that's the thing I'm going to choose. So really, my goal of nutrition counseling is to empower all of you with education to make your own healthy choices, not to have to rely on somebody like me for the rest of your life. And yeah, it's good maybe sometimes to kind of check in with somebody just to see what new is out there, or, you know, I'm sure you all see on Dr. Oz, there's a million new things all the time about nutrition. Nutrition is relatively a young science. The first vitamin was just discovered in 1907. So when you think about that in the course of history of time, part of the reason that new nutrition things are coming out all the time is because we still don't know everything yet. So sometimes it is helpful to kind of check in with people just to kind of touch base and say, am I on the right track? So I call those like nutrition checkups. You go to your regular doctor for a checkup. A lot of times it's helpful for people to come to a dietitian for a checkup. This is what I'm eating. Is this what I should be eating? where am I compared to what the recommendations would be for my age? Because the other thing, nutrition and recommendations change as your life goes on. Whereas a lot of healthy behaviors, not smoking, drinking maybe in moderation, but maybe eliminating alcohol, those are kind of consistent things throughout your whole life. Nutrition, the recommendations from when you're a child, are very, very different from when you're 30, if you're a female, when you're pregnant, when you're going, when you're aging in your 40s and 50s, and then when you're an older adult of your 60s and 70s. Your nutrition needs change all the time. So your diet has to change all the time to really accommodate what you need and to make you be healthy. So, why diets don't work? One, like I said, because they're structured. The other thing is that a lot of times you will lose weight initially, and people get very excited about that, and you lose weight and you lost your 10 pounds. But a lot of times you can't keep that off. One of the reasons is because those diets that you lose weight very quickly, you're not just losing fat. Our body can physically only lose 2 pounds of fat a week. Anything over 2 pounds a week, you're losing lean tissue and you're losing water weight, which is not what you want to lose. You don't want to become dehydrated and become weaker from less muscle tissue. You want to lose actual fat. And so when you lose actual fat, that's the kind of weight that you can actually keep off too. That's the stuff that doesn't keep coming back. So anything over 2 pounds a week, in any diet that's promising you over 2 pounds a week, generally is not healthy because you're going to be losing stuff that's not fat. Diets also don't change your habits. And I'm sure as you've gone through this, this program or a lot of other things, part of what you eat is your habits. It's not just making the healthy choice at the time. It's when you eat and why you eat and where you eat and who you usually eat with. It's those behaviors and those habits that is a huge part of being able to lose weight. It's not just the food you're choosing, but why you're choosing them. And so any kind of, in a diet, if you're, Atkins or South Beach or any of those things, don't usually address those. They're just giving you a meal plan and saying, okay, I don't care how you've been eating for 40, 50, 60 years. Now eat this way. And with no guidance really on how to do that. So how do I counsel people? I use the acronym of HAND. So I don't use diet, we do a HAND plan. And that is a healthy and nutritious dining plan. All right? Healthy because we're learning to improve our overall health. It's not just about losing weight. It's not about seeing a certain number on a scale. Really, your whole goal, and when I'm doing counseling with somebody, is to improve their health with the side effect, oftentimes, of weight loss. But with weight loss not being the primary real nutrition goal, it's to be healthier. Because you could eat 1,200 calories of potato chips and lose weight. But does that mean that you're healthy? No. You might be skinnier, but you're not going to be healthy. And so I want to see my people that I can work with become healthy. So the health and nutritious dining. So nutrition. Nutrition is where the actual food stuff comes in. Of when you have two products and you're looking at them side by side, how do you know which one is the better one to choose? So that's the nutrition part of it. The dining part, which a lot of people think, oh, I'd have to, eat to live, and dining becomes, meals become a chore because I'm counting calories, and how much does this weigh, and how many grams of carbs is that? And all of that does have a place when you're first kind of wading your way through a healthy eating plan. But eventually, I want to see people get back to that dining mentality. Get back to enjoying food. Food should not be your enemy. Food should not, eating a meal should not be something that you kind of dread because, oh, I have to figure out what to have, and I don't really want that, and I really just want a cheeseburger, and I'm going to a party tomorrow, but I can't have cake, and I want it to become an enjoyable experience again. When you give yourself the freedom to eat anything that you want in moderation, you can get back into that dining experience and enjoy meals again with friends and family in that social setting. So those are the goals of when I'm working with people, what I want to see. I don't want to see you on a diet. I want to see you on a healthy and nutritious dining plan. So
Let's stop right there, Bobby, and we'll start the next one.